my name is Lisa Miller, and I am one of the academic advisors here for the undergraduate business program. I advise primarily students with the last names A through G and the letter Y. So I'm here to talk to you a little bit about some of the experiences that you can actually have while here at UCR that will both enrich your time here at UCR and also make you a little bit more marketable when it comes to looking for a job. One of the things that you need to be thinking about is that 2 years from now, when you are getting ready to graduate, there are going to be thousands of students across the entire United States that are going to be graduating. Many of them are going to be business majors. They're going to have similar concentrations, took probably very similar classes, and most likely probably got very similar grades. So on paper, all of you are going to look, well, basically the same. What you need to do is you need to start thinking now about the types of experiences that you can have that are going to set you apart, so that when a potential employer is looking at your resume, you stand out and they go, this is somebody that I want to bring in and talk to because there's something about them. They've done some stuff that I'm really interested in hearing more about. Study abroad, which is what I'm going to be talking about in this segment, is one of those ways that you can actually set yourself apart. Now, there are 3 different types of study abroad programs available to students here at UCR. We have the Soba travel study programs, EAP and OAP. I'm going to go ahead and start with the Soba travel study programs because it's a little bit different than the other programs. This one is not for academic credit. This one is purely experiential. But one of our most popular professors, Professor Jasso, who teaches 3 of the core classes, so you're not going to be able to get away from him. You're going to be taking him for 102, 103, 109. He takes students for week-long trips to different parts of the world. Our signature program is our Oxford program. Now, I'm sure many of you have heard of the University of Oxford, one of the premier universities in the world. Every spring break, what Professor Jasso does is he takes a group of students to the University of Oxford, where they will be attending lectures given by professors from Oxford in business administration. They're going to be talking to you about all kinds of different topics that are going to range from business and practices in Great Britain to what's going on in the European Union right now. Professor Jasso not only takes students to Oxford, he also has a variety of other countries that he rotates in different years. So for instance, last year he took students for a week to India. The year before that he took students for a week to China. This upcoming year it looks like the program that he's going to be running is going to be going to Brazil. So again, while you're not getting academic credit for this, you are getting a very rich experiential program with this. Again, you've got professors who are going to be doing seminars. You've got guests who are coming in who are, leaders within the business field in those countries that are going to be talking to you about what business is like there. And you also get some special tours in a lot of the different companies and some sightseeing in too. But we've had many students who have done this program. They've really enjoyed it. In fact, some of them, they did Oxford. They loved it so much they came back and did China, and then they did India after that. So it is definitely something that many people could fit in. Again, these are all week-long programs. So if you can't get away for an extended period of time, most people can actually do a week. Now, our other 2 programs that we have, which are EAP and OAP, are the traditional study abroad programs that you think of when students actually do study abroad. EAP is the UCR or the UC Education Abroad program. OAP are non-UC study abroad programs that are available for students. So let's talk a little bit about the differences between the 2. EAP is going to be courses that you will be taking at universities that the UC actually has agreements with, and you're going as a general UC cohort. So it's not just UCR students that are going. You're going with students from Berkeley, from Santa Barbara, from San Diego. All of you are going to be going as one big UC cohort to these different universities, wherever it is that you choose. What's really nice about this is that these are classes that you're going to be taking in your major that you're bringing back and using towards your requirements in order to graduate. So business classes taught in English, because one of the things people get worried about is the fact that I don't speak a foreign language. You don't need to speak a foreign language. Most of the classes are actually all taught in English. You do have an opportunity to take classes in other languages if that is something you choose, but most of our students are taking classes in English. But again, you're taking business classes, and what you'll be doing is bringing them back for course credit. Now with EAP, those are considered UC classes, so they will be impacting your GPA. So all those wonderful A's you guys are going to be getting are going to hit your GPA. OAP, on the other hand, is the non-UC program. And so these are companies that we have contracts with. They specialize in study abroad. They send students from all across the United States to different countries, different schools. And again, same thing, you have the ability to take classes in business administration, in English, and bring them back and use them towards your requirements for your major. The biggest difference with this is the fact that these are considered transfer classes. So again, snobby UCs aren't going to count that towards your GPA. They count for units, they count for requirements. It's just not going to get added into your GPA. So that lovely A won't help you. Of course, if you don't do too well, it won't hurt you either. But again, what's really nice about OAP as opposed to EAP is that it's not quite as difficult to get into some of the programs. For instance, Luigi Bocconi is a business school in Italy. We have a lot of students who are interested in going to that. It's part of the EAP program. But the whole UC system only gets a small amount of seats, and so consequently, UCR usually can only send one student per program year for Luigi Bocconi, which means it can be very difficult to get into that one. So what if you're a student who really wants to do your study abroad in Italy? What are you going to do? That's where OAP can definitely step in. OAP is going to give you more choices in different schools, more countries that you can choose from, and that's a real benefit. They're not, they don't necessarily have the same GPA requirements either, so consequently students sometimes who have GPAs that don't meet the EAP requirements can definitely still do study abroad when they're doing OAP. Also, EAP has some very strict deadlines. You're applying quarters in advance. If you're somebody who's kind of been, let me see, I don't know if I want to do it, and in the last second you decide you really do want to do it, OAP, you can still be applying and going on these programs weeks in advance depending on the country that you're choosing. So OAP does give you a lot of flexibility that EAP doesn't. Both of them are excellent programs, and we've had students do both of them. Oftentimes, students will ask me questions like, well, where are these students going? What kind of classes are they going to be taking? We've had students go to every continent, well, with the exception of Antarctica. But we've had students go to Africa. We've had them go to Europe. We've had them go to Asia. We've had them go to South America. We've had them go to Australia, New Zealand, and take a variety of different business classes. What you see on here is just a sampling of the courses that students have taken while they've done study abroad. This is just a minute sampling. Trust me, the list is much longer than that as far as universities they've gone to and the courses that they've taken. But we wanted to give you a representation so you got a better idea of actually what you could look forward to. The first two classes that you see listed there, corporate strategy and consumer behavior, are courses that we actually teach here at UCR. Pretty simple, cut and dry. You took the class there, we bring it over here, we know exactly what it's going to count towards. But the other three classes, like fashion marketing, managing in emerging markets, these aren't classes that we teach here at UCR. Does that mean it's not going to count towards anything? Absolutely not. Actually, we do. We're very open and flexible to looking at a variety of different classes. And fashion marketing is something we've had quite a few students take. Do we teach it here? No. But do we accept it as a marketing class for our marketing students or as a business elective for our non-marketing students? Absolutely. So as you can see, you're going to have a lot of choices when it comes out there to taking classes for your concentration or for your electives that you might not have an opportunity to take here at UCR. So again, study abroad is one of those experiences that really does catch an employer's eye. I have had several students comment to me that when they've gone in for interviews, there's been a lot of conversation about that. What kind of classes did you take? What did you learn there? What do you think that brought to your experiences and knowledge? And it really has been helpful. So again, when you're thinking about ways to set yourself apart, ways that will help you get that job in the future, study abroad might be one of those situations for you. If you want more information, the International Education Center actually does run orientations. I highly encourage you to go and talk to them and to sign up for one of those orientations so that they can give you even further details about your study abroad experience. Thanks.